What's up, gang? This is Dylan from the Kneaux with your weekly overview for the New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans play 3 games in 7 nights, all on the road, starting this coming Tuesday with a game in the 6th against the Toronto Raptors. They then go to the home that Allen Iverson built on Thursday night to play against the Philadelphia 76ers, and the road trip culminates in the ATL with the Sunday night matchup against the Atlanta Hawks. The game I am most excited to see is the first one. I know. Toronto's traded Pascal Siakam. He's in Indy doing this thing. And, Scotty Barnes is hurt. So why would I be excited to watch the Toronto Raptors play? For an individual to have that thought, they probably have not paid attention to this new iteration of the Toronto Raptors. They're a fun team to watch. Emmanuel Quickley is fully flourishing as the lead guard. Almost had a triple-double against the Charlotte Hornets last night, a 20-11. I think he has 7 rebounds, almost triple-double. Also, you got Kelly Olynyk coming off the bench shooting threes, and he's just a hustle guy that makes life hard for everybody. You got Jakob Poeltl in the middle, who's just stout defensively. He doesn't really do anything spectacular, but he steadies the ship at all times. And, they got RJ Barrett. Now, I know. When I just said RJ Barrett, your brain said high volume shooter, low percentage. How is that supposed to scare me, Dylan? What about that? Should I be like, oh no? Oh, what am I supposed to say with this? You would be right if we were looking at the New York iteration of RJ Barrett. But this new RJ Barrett is a different type of cat. He actually knows how to facilitate. He left last night with the 20, I think he had 8 rebounds and 5 assists night. And that's not just because he passed the ball 5 times either. He was facilitating often, driving to the paint. We know he wanted to go left 99.99% of the time, like somebody else that we know. But when he did it this time, what was he doing? He was looking for the kickouts, hitting it in the corner to Gary Trent, hitting it in the corner to Grady Diggs. Oftentimes, they weren't making them at a high clip, or he probably could have left that game with a double-double. Who knows? One thing I do know is you do not want to let a guy like RJ Barrett see the ball go in, because if he sees it go in, you're going to have to deal with him all night, because he only knows one mode, and that's downhill, attacking, aggressive, and just downhill the whole game. And we don't need to see that. Why? Because we don't want Herb Jones dealing with Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett, because we're not going to put CJ McCollum on any one of those guys. We don't have Dyson Daniels coming off the bench. And I prefer not to see Najee Marshall play an extended amount of time. That's just my personal convictions. You got your thing, I got my thing. And oftentimes, historically, we know that Jose struggles with scoring dominant guards. He's good with guards that just want to facilitate, but with a guard that is looking to score, that's kind of his weakness, because then his stature comes into play. It's hard to guard a guy that he's not trying to get off the ball. No, he's attacking you. And Emmanuel Quickley can turn into that guy swiftly if he notices that you have a weakness against him. So I'm excited to see this game, not because I think the Pels are going to lose. I think the Pels by 20. If you know, now you know. But I'm excited to see, because this will be a good barometer of the development of the Pels, because you have a team that's got shooting in Grady Diggs, shooting in Gary Trent Jr., and they've got scoring in RJ Barrett, they've got scoring in Emmanuel Quickley, and then they've got hustle. This hustle dude is the one that's really making me nervous. His name is Ochai Agbaji. Ochai Agbaji. That's his name. 6'5" guy, just was an end of almost a trade line acquired. Like, he was like deadline acquired by Toronto. But what he does is he applies pressure the entire game. He will shoot the 3, although he might not make it at a high clip, but he will always attack the boards. And I highly suspect that the Pelicans are going to put Zion on him. And this would be a good barometer to gauge how in tuned with the game Zion is. Is he really locked in from jump? Because if not, it's going to be highlight after highlight, because this guy wants to run. He wants to attack the basket. He's going to get every rebound. And we know from history, Zion doesn't really do well with high-energy guys. And you can't afford to put Herb Jones on him instead of having Herb Jones on Emmanuel Quickley or RJ Barrett. So that's why I'm most excited about this game. Not because I think the Pels are going to lose. I'm excited because you got a young, upstart, high-energy team that's all trying to prove themselves, all come from different spaces, and they've been casted out, and they've been put into a box, and so now they're trying to, reveal who they truly are. And when you got a team like that that's playing at home in front of their home crowd, they're going to come out motivated. How do the Pels come out? Do they play down to the opposition, or do they remind the opposition that they're little boys in this big man's league? I think they don't have a soul on the Raptors team that can stop Zion Williamson, but the only thing that can stop Zion Williamson is Zion Williamson's response to the referees. Does Zion get irritated, frustrated, and clock out early because he's not getting calls? Or do he tap in and lock in and start attacking the basket even more aggressively because the refs aren't making those calls? It's on him. The only individual in the world that can stop Zion from getting 30 a night is Zion. What do we have? That's your weekly overview. Again, the Pels play the Toronto Raptors Tuesday night. They go to Philly Thursday night, and then the road trip culminates Sunday against the Atlanta Hawks with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. What game are you most excited to see? Would love to know in the chat. Thank you for tuning in for the overview, where if you don't know, now you know.